Hello everyone on YouTube, this is CJS064 with another deck profile. I apologise, it's been a while since I've done a deck profile, just been busy with other games and just life itself. So today I'm going to give you a deck profile I've been playing for the last couple of weeks. It's Geargia Machina. A lot of people have been playing Geargiaccelerator, myself included, and I've just played this different variant of Geargia, and I think it's pretty consistent. I've won a regional and a couple of locals with this deck here. I've written the list down below so you guys can take a look at the actual list. But I'm going to explain to you each of the cards I've used and why that is. So let's get this deck profile in the row. So first and foremost, Machina Engine, 3 Machina Gearframe, Search Fortress, equip Protecting Machines. It's pretty good when you equip onto Fortress or Gigant X. Even Dracosac I've seen people do. I've done it myself. It's pretty good. And it's a 1-for-1, so you're basically searching. Next up, 2 Machina Fortress. I've seen people use 3. I don't like 3 just because it can be cloggy, and if you open up a Fortress and a Gearframe, it can be pretty dead sometimes, so you're better off just running 2 Fortress and the last Machina card, which is just 1 Cannon, just for the 1 Fortress and Graveyard. Now onto the Geargia engine. We have triple Geargiarmor and triple Accelerator. No explanations needed there. If you're playing Geargia, you play these at 3. No questions asked. Now I only run 1 Arsenal. Now the reason why I use 1 Arsenal is because I'm using triple Upstart and double Duality with this deck. Basically the need to go Geargiarsenal is obviously less needed in this deck. And sometimes I've found that it's just fodder for Fortress to discard. So that's why I only play 1 Arsenal. I've seen people use 3 and I think it just gets too cloggy. I've tried 2, even that gets a bit cloggy sometimes, especially when you open up Arsenal, Gearframe and Duality. You just want to go Gearframe and Duality. So that's why I only use 1 Arsenal. Then next we have 3 Geargiano MK-II and 1 Geargiano. It's the Geargiagear engine. The best part about this deck is if you dead draw these, like the Geargiano, you can pitch with Fortress to special. And with MK-II you can obviously go for the rank 3 plays into cards like Alucard, Zenmaines, Leviathan Dragon, Acid Golem. It's really good. And then lastly, for the monsters, double Effect Veiler. Obviously, Effect Negation. And especially when you got cards like Gagaga hitting your set cards and Trap Stun locking down, Effect Veiler and Maxx will probably be the best cards to use for this format. So that's the monster count. I think that's 19 monsters. The next onto the spells, staples, Dark Hole, Book of Moon, triple Mystical Space Typhoon, double Lance, and triple Upstart. Love this card so much. It just basically makes your cut deck a 37 card deck. So if you're trying to go for consistency, it's definitely the way to go. Like, this deck isn't an OTK deck, so I mean it can, but doesn't necessarily have to, so it doesn't defeat the purpose of trying to just get advantage from just searching out your deck. And obviously you've got search cards Armor, Geargiagear and Gearframe. It's pretty good. Lastly, double Duality, just on top of the searching and everything else, just to add more consistency to the deck. And that's the spells for the deck. I believe that is 12 spells. Then we've got the final piece, 9 traps, which is triple Geargiagear with the Geargia engine. The best part is you've got Emeral, so I mean if you get rid of the targets with Geargiagear, you can actually return back to the deck to make Geargia get live again. Obviously better if Avarice was legal, but that's not the case, so we just make the best of it. Bottomless Trap Hole, Torrential Tribute, Compulsory Evacuation, 1 Warning, and double Fiendish Chain. That's the deck. That's a 40 card deck. Next we'll go to the side deck for this format, and I'll explain each and every one of those cards and why I use them. DD Crow, Dark Worlds, Hieratics, Madolches, that's a bit of a stretch. Even Fire Fist now with Wolfbark and the Spirit, it's very annoying to see those cards. Even Dark Worlds as well is really good. And basically, yeah, just, you know, Hieratics, they want to get the E-Dragons in the graveyard. You use this to banish it. It does hurt them a lot, so I'd say this does have some valid use for it. Next, Doomcaliber Knight. Harpies, Hieratics, Fire Fist, Mirror Match. This pretty much hurts a lot of decks. Obviously you don't use it against Bujins because they obviously just use their effects in the graveyard. They'll just trigger it just to get rid of it, or Veiler or Maxx or whatever. It can be pretty good even against Mermails as well, especially when they set the Abyss Lind. And you can basically lock the field with this card. It's pretty good. Maxx, Geargia Karakuri, Hieratics, Mermails, any deck that can basically swarm you. This is your basic alpha, even Hieratics as well. And next, 2 Blackhorn of Heavens. Geargias, Bujins, Constellas, Evilswarm. It's really good just because you can basically be the one out to Pandemic, Forbidden Lance. They're only out to this if it would be 7 tools if they do use it. I highly doubt it. Although you get the occasional one person that will decide to use 7 tools. Really good card. Double Dustinator, Spell Trap hate for this format, Fire Fist. Against cards that wreck this deck like Skill Drain and Mistake. Obviously gets rid of that. And just general burn decks or anything else you verse that are very Spell Trap reliant. Light-Imprisoning Mirror, Constellas, Bujins, don't like you. And even the rogue decks like Lightspawn and Agents that pop up every now and then, you're one out for it. Then next we've got 2 Overworked, Harpies, Fire Fist, even Madolches with their Chateau. It's a pretty good card. It's a Dark Hole, quick play, pretty good. Lastly, Soul Drain. Now you got to be careful with this card because it does hurt your Fortress. A lot of people forget that. But basically, Fortress is effect to destroy by a battle will not activate in the Soul Drain, but basically it's good against Dark Worlds, it's good against Madolches, it's good against TGs, you get the random decks, like it's pretty good. Soul Drain is a really good card for this format, even Hieratics as well, and Mermails, it's a really good card. Needless to say, it's at 1. If it was at 3, I'd be using it at 3. Now we go to the extra deck, and that is 1 Ghostrick Alucard, really good card. It's good to start off with this with Mark-II to get rid of back rows so you can summon Fortress safely. 1 Zenmaines, this is the optional card. I could swap it out for say a second Abyss Dweller or like a Leviathan Dragon. Just something different, just to bait out. I just like Zenmaines just because of its effect. Obviously I can, like I said, I might change this up later on, but for the time being I'm using this. Then 1 Abyss Dweller, Mermails, Dark Worlds, Hieratics, come at me. Daigusto Emeral, returning cards, make Geargiagear liable, make Gearframe liable when you return the Gearframes and the Cannons to make Fortress live again. Diamond Direwolf, 1 for 1, it's at 1. Exciton Knight, busted card. The most busted card I've seen that's just come out. The fact that it says once per chain, it's absolutely ridiculous. But what can I say, it's a card. Obviously there's ways to get around it, but I mean, it's pretty good in the last resort effort to try and get back advantage. Then we have Gagaga Cowboy, triple Gigant X, because you're just searching. It's the machines, it's level 4s, Gigant X to the max. 1 Maestroke, 1 Crazy Box, Skill Drain decks. If you really wanted to use Eradicator or Deck Devastation as a side, it's a bit of a stretch, but just for Skill Drain players. 101 Silent Honor Arc, Maestroke plus Absorption. It's pretty powerful. Obviously you've got to make sure if you're going to play this that there's no way that this can be interrupted. Then finally, Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosack and Big Eye for the rank 7 players if you use 2 Fortresses, or if you steal your parents' monster and then go for another Fortress. It's basically the way to get 2 rank 7s out. Now the reason why I don't use Redox, very simple. This deck already loses hand from discarding for Fortress. You don't need an extra reason to discard cards. I mean, Redox can be good to make the rank 7 plays, but at the same time, I just don't think it's worth it sometimes, even late game. And I mean, if you side Soul Drain as well, it's pretty shit as well. So that's my Geargia Machina deck. Thanks for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe, and follow me on the links down below on Facebook or Twitter. I'll leave them out there. If you have any questions, any feedback on this deck or the video, let me know and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. This is CJS764 over and out.